Welcome to another edition of Batter Up. And today I talked with ESPN soccer expert Eric Gómez about the Champions League matches that are happening this weekend, the comparison between Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, and who's gonna win it all for Europe's most cherished trophy. It's really good, trust me, and it's coming up right now. Eric, thank you for being with us. And we're here to talk about the best club soccer competition that there is in the entire world. In fact, it may be the best competition, bar none, that there is in the world in any sport. And let's get right to it. Four round of 16 second leg matches in the Champions League restart. Before they get to the Lisbon bubble, each team is going to get to play in its home stadium to resolve the round of 16, and then they're gonna get into the quarterfinals in the bubble, and that's single elimination, one match takes all, and that's gonna be really exciting. But before that, we have to settle something, starting with Manchester City against Real Madrid. Manchester City won 2-1 in Spain, and now they have to seal things in England. Real Madrid needs to score 2 goals no matter what. 1-0 does absolutely nothing for them. So what do you think about that match? What's going to happen?
Yeah, that's huge. That result that they got in Spain, 2-1, getting those two away goals and being able to finish up at home is a huge deal for Pep Guardiola and his team. Regardless of Real Madrid winning the Spanish league, mounting that really impressive comeback against Barcelona, I think it's going to be very difficult for them to mount a comeback in 90 minutes at the Etihad against a team that is very motivated, given that they've relinquished that Premier League crown. So I really think that Manchester City is going to walk away with the victory. They're going to move along to the Lisbon bubble here. It's not quite an upset, given that they have that prior result in their favor, but I still think that it's going to make some noise to have Real Madrid exit the competition in the round of 16.
I actually think that Real Madrid is gonna come back. I see a 2-0 victory for the Merengues. I can't base it on anything more than the fact that Manchester City has come up small in the Champions League time and time again, and Real Madrid is sweet of its La Liga title. Benzema is playing really well. Sergio Ramos is gonna. Let's get to the second match of the Friday's leg. Magic. It's gonna actually be at the same time. It's Juventus against Lyon. Lyon actually has a 1-0 advantage over Juventus after winning in France, but nothing is taken for granted for the French squad. I mean, Juventus has to be considered the favorite, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at teams like Juventus that have grown increasingly tired of winning their league title, the Champions League is the only competition that actually matters for them. So it's very difficult to sort of say that Lyon will have any sort of advantage in this game. I think that despite that 1-0 win in the first leg, they're going to be under pressure from minute one. And it's going to come down to the individual talents of that team, Cristiano Ronaldo and Paulo Dybala. And basically the amount of pressure that their team is going to generate is also going to come from Mauricio Sarri, their head coach, and his very, very offensive scheme. So, it is 1-0, but the game is going to be played in Italy, and I think that Juventus is going to pull this one out 2-0, 3-0. It's not even going to be pretty, climactic in the end. I think Juventus is going to walk away with this. And despite the fact that Lyon have been playing quite well, despite the fact that the underdog always has this sort of weird advantage in this sense when they have the lead, when they're protecting the lead, and nobody believes in them. I still think that Juventus is too big of a club to fail in this instance.
How many times has the world thought that people were too big to fail, and we saw what happened? So can you imagine if the Champions League heads to Lisbon without Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi? That would be a big blow to the tournament.
I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is a guy that is built for the Champions League. I think he's had instances in the past with Real Madrid, obviously, and Manchester United in the distant past, where he's been absolutely dominant. I think he's the epitome of the epitome of a big game player, right? He's one of those guys that is going to suit up and is going to rise to the occasion every single time he has the opportunity to. We've seen it in the past with Real Madrid, as I mentioned. I think he wants to get the monkey off his back with Juventus because he's just an amazing competitor in that sense, right? I mean, he's won it with Manchester United. He's won it with Real Madrid. Now he's with Juventus, and he wants at least one last Champions League trophy to sort of cement his legacy and really put some doubt into the mind of people who compare him to Lionel Messi. So I think Cristiano Ronaldo is going to make a statement in this game against Lyon,
We
and it's
have
going to be fun to
the
watch,
Saturday
frankly,
slate.
once we
Two
get
matches
these
on
last 8
Saturday,
teams into the bubble.
highlighted by Barcelona against Napoli. Talking about pressure to win the Champions League, Lionel Messi has stated that it's Champions League or bust for him, especially after losing La Liga in the way they did, coming back to the restart in the lead and then being run over by Real Madrid. They're tied 1-1 against Napoli, a tough Italian squad that's the underdog that never gives in. They tied 1-1 in Italy, so that means that Napoli needs to score at Camp Nou. That's not going to be easy, but what do you think about that matchup?
Napoli is they've been growing together as a squad. They've been getting a little bit more solid as the year has gone by, the season has gone by, but I still don't think they're at the level of, say, a Juventus or an Inter Milan in Italy. And while Barcelona have had their big troubles in the Spanish league, as you mentioned, they still have an edge with individual talent, right? There's nobody who can match a Lionel Messi. There's nobody who can match a Luis Suarez or an Antoine Griezmann. Napoli have some really great players. They've got Lorenzo Insigne. They've got, Chucky Lozano, who has been underwhelming. They've got Milik. They've got Dries Mertens. But Barcelona still wins out, right? So I think this game is going to boil down to that individual talent, and I'm going to give Barcelona a 3-1 win.
If you had to give an edge, Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi right now, who's better?
I mean, I think Cristiano has the benefit of playing for a more established, more sort of solid squad than Lionel Messi. I know that things have been really difficult between Barcelona's coach. They've had this tough situation in which they've had to fire Eduardo Valverde and bring in Quique Setién. It doesn't look like they get along, Messi and Setién. And then the rest of the team isn't really producing around him. So Messi is obviously going to have an edge in being a better player and being a guy who can create more and score more than Cristiano Ronaldo. But when you look at the pieces around Cristiano, that gives Cristiano the edge right now.
Last but not least, first of all, tell me the prediction to this series.
I'm going to go 3-1 Barcelona and have them. I mean, I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty anticlimactic at the end of the day. Barcelona's going to take care of business.
I agree. 2-0 Barcelona because they're going to take the lead. Napoli's going to have to attack, and then on the counter, it's Messi, it's Luis Suarez, it's Griezmann. It's over for Napoli. Sorry for the south of Italy right there. Maradona wouldn't be happy. And then, like I said, last but not least, you have Bayern Munich. They have basically the series sewn up against, I believe, is Chelsea. Yes, they won in England 3-0. I mean, it's over, right?
It is, and I think that the only hope that Chelsea had for coming back in this game is still not clear to me whether he's going to play or not, and that's Christian Pulisic, right? I mean, he was injured in that FA Cup final. I know that that's pretty much all they were playing for at this point. Chelsea was the FA Cup final. Now that that's over and done with as well, they really have to go all out against Bayern Munich. But I don't think it's going to happen for them because the 3-goal lead is against that team is pretty insurmountable. Not to mention that they're going to be without Marcos Alonso, who's their starting left back because of the red card that he had in that first game against Bayern. Bayern can sit back and wait on Chelsea if they want. I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to go out and they're going to actually, make Chelsea look even worse on the counter. I think they're going to win this one 2-0, maybe even 3-0. It's going to be a really, really bad scoreline in the end for Chelsea.
Yeah, let's remember that Liverpool came back against Barcelona after losing the first leg 3-0 in the last edition of the Champions League, but Liverpool was playing at home And
Right.
Barcelona has a lot worse defense than Bayern Munich has. So, like you said, it's over. It doesn't really matter what the score is going to be. It's just 90 minutes are just going to be a preamble to the quarterfinals. And okay, so we know our predictions are who's going to be in the quarterfinals. Having said that, who do you think is going to win the whole thing? Who's going to rise in Lisbon and lift the trophy that all of Europe wants?
Now that Liverpool is out, now that you've got an opportunity for another English team to sort of rise up and fill that void. I mentioned Pep Guardiola having that chip on his shoulder earlier. I think Manchester City is in prime position to win the Champions League this year.
I would love to say Atalanta. I'm a sucker for the underdog, and they have the most offensive firepower, I think, of any remaining Champions League contestant. They almost scored 100 goals in the entire year in the Italian league, if I'm not mistaken. So they can really put a scare into PSG. In fact, I believe that they can win against PSG and make it to the semifinal, but I don't think they have the championship experience to win it all. So I'm gonna go with Atletico Madrid. I'm gonna go
Wow.
with Diego Simeone's squad that has already eliminated Liverpool with a stunning comeback down to nothing at Anfield, and they won 3-2 in overtime. It was just thrilling, and then we lost soccer for months because of the pandemic. So they're gonna be ready and primed after two consecutive finals in the past decade that they couldn't come through against Real Madrid. This time, Real Madrid may be out, but they could be in and win their first ever Champions League ever. Really, that's the like, I was looking for a fancy word, but it's really about that. If Simeone wins the Champions League with Atletico Madrid, it's not just a statue. They're gonna build him a mountain, really.
Yeah.
But okay, so we got Manchester City for Eric Gómez, Atletico Madrid for me. And Eric, tell us where you can be followed, where we can see you on all the ESPN platforms.
Yeah. So I write for ESPN.com. If you speak Espanol, ESPNDeportes.com and ESPN Mexico as well. And you can follow me on Twitter at Eric Gomez 86. Links to articles and other good stuff there as well. So there
Is
you go.
it because of the 1986 World Cup?
Not well. I mean, no, I was born in 1986, but you could say it was it was a World Cup year. So yeah, for sure.
Hey, you were born in the year that my country won their last World Cup, Argentina. So
And
you're under
held in my country, right? Yeah.
you're under the sign of Maradona. But
There you go.
well, Eric, thank you so much for being with us, and we're gonna definitely follow all your stuff. And the Champions League should be quite the event that could even surpass the excitement of the NBA bubble, and that's saying something.
Yeah, a lot of sports right now. I think we're blessed after that really long drought, but you're right. It's going to be really, really exciting.